Up the ball. Go.
I think you can see the difference in two coaches there. One coach...
You wouldn't even have to know the scoreboard, would you? Just tune in now and you'd know which team was winning.
Exactly. I mean, you can see Don's been a bit frustrated there, and the play, you can hear the players there all a bit quick, and at the other end, they're all calm, and Bill's telling these players to keep working off the ball, to keep their players away from the basket.
Albert Springs been to the line on plenty of occasions already tonight, and he's moving up towards 20 points by half-time.
I think you can see, Rockhampton's a team who score well over 100 points a game. And
111 they're averaging this season.
Well, they're at 32 at the moment with 2 minutes to go, so that's how good a job that Frankston's doing with the defence and taking them out of their game.
They nearly play defence as well as the AIS, don't they, this Frankston team, Gordy?
Yeah, well, they're just behind us. That's one thing we did very well this year. We played good defence, and teams scored about 90 points a game on us. That's one thing we were very happy with.
Blackley's third foul, sending Green to the line. You're wondering what the JD stands for. It's John David. This, well, leisurely from Pittsfield in Massachusetts. Graduated from California State University at Fullerton in Los Angeles. But like his namesake AC Green, the former Los Angeles Laker, he likes just the initials. John David, JD.
Yeah, Don Shepherd's a bit unhappy there with the call there by Alan Godden. Kelvin Musprat's been stepping in early on the foul shots, and he got him again there. And he's just saying, well, you know, if he doesn't go in early, I won't call it.
Nice tip in from Muhlenberg.
Yeah, good second effort there, and that's one thing that they'll have to do. They must block Frankston out because they're a good rebounding team. They go to the offensive boards very hard.
Darren Richardson. Well, they haven't been successful from out there. 1 of 11. Rockets in the three-point shooting. Newsom goes back after it, but Campbell tips it down. Kavanagh, and it ends up with Musprat. And the foul called on Bayside's Ridgway's called for the foul.
Yeah, good offensive rebounder here, coming up to Kent Kavanagh. Gets up strong there, gets a slap across the arm there. But a good effort to follow up there. Now we must capitalise and make these two.
Sitting down with 3 fouls. Ridgway seeing court time for the first time. Adam Burke, just 16 years of age. Youngest player in either team, wearing number 42 for the Bayside Blues. So with a 15-point break coming up to half-time, here he is, seeing a bit of court time.
Yeah, well, Bill's quite obviously got a lot of confidence in him to give him the go.
Springs. Oh, he's been absolutely dynamic in this first half.
Well, you can't let Albert Springs get the ball there on the low block because he'll make that move on you all night. So Rockhampton going to have to do something about that in the break and make some adjustments to if they're going to have any chance.
All but about 2 seconds on that game clock for Rockhampton, but it's going to be all Frankston's now. The travel on Green.
I think Rockhampton a little bit frustrated here, and they're going to have a good talk at the half-time and then settle themselves down and come out and play 2 very good quarters.
Springs with 20 points, ball in hand. Musprat playing the D on him. This would be the icing on the first half. Cake! Down it goes from Reece Newsom. A 20-point lead at half-time for the Frankston Bayside Blues, who've gone out in the quarter-finals over the last, 2-3 years in the CBA, the national playoffs, and, well, they're halfway towards the National Championship Grand Final in '95. Frankston's guns, Springs and Muhlenberg, 20 and 19 points respectively, Gordy. And McCloskey, the gun player for Rockhampton, only 4 points, but 4 fouls. I mean, 20 points down. Don Shepherd's got everything against him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. He'd be very worried coach at the moment because his team's not really playing with any real teamwork. They had some opportunities early in the first quarter and they didn't finish them off the way they should be. Little bit disappointing, I suppose, from McCluskey. He looked like he was getting frustrated, but all credit's got to go to the Frankston's defence. I mean, they come out, they got after him, they got in the lanes, they really worked hard, and that paid off for him because they got some good transition baskets, and from there they just built from strength to strength. The other concerning thing for Rockhampton would be, and for Coach Don Shepherd would be, is their defence at the moment. They're allowing Frankston too much latitude on penetration to the basket, and also Frankston are getting too many easy post-ups around the basket. Albert Springs is going to work in there, and also Troy Muhlenberg. He's not shooting that well at the moment, but he's backing up a lot and offensive rebounding the ball very well. So very worrying time for Rockhampton, but Frankston, we said from the start, if their defence could dominate and Rockhampton didn't have a good shooting night, they'd be in for a lot of trouble, and that's exactly the way it's worked out at half-time.
Tonight, as you watch this program, the action is at the Elfin Sports Centre, starting at 7:30, the women's semi-final in the CBA between Launceston, who have really hit form at the right end of the season, and the Mackay Meteorettes. You're going to want to get there early. They've pre-sold a lot of tickets for that game at the Elfin Sports Centre in Launceston. While the other men's semi-final is tomorrow at the Nunawading Stadium. This should be a blockbuster between the Nunawading Spectres and the defending CBA champions, looking to go 2 in a row for the first time ever in the CBA, the Ballarat Miners, and you want to get there early for that one as well. So that will decide the grand final makeup in the CBA, the winner of that game versus the winner of this one, which might have had to have been postponed at half-time if not for Auntie ABC. Tim and the boys, I don't know if it's in their work statement, but they fixed the U-bolt. The backboard was broken by young 15-year-old David Anderson going for a slam. The young Bayside player. I wonder if he'll see some action in the second half, Gordy, because, well, 20 points is the cushion. Maybe not just yet for a while.
No, but if Frankston start the second half the way they did the first, it won't be too long before he'll be in there, I don't think.
Blackley giving the ball to Springs, shooting it at 85% in the first half. Albert Springs, and well, he started off well. Troy Muhlenberg now goes past Springs as the top scorer in the game. 64% from the field from Muhlenberg. Not too bad in the first half, Gordy.
No, not too bad.
There's McCloskey missing, though. He would have liked to have knocked that down. Yeah,
he's a little bit frustrated at the moment, but hopefully he can settle down and Rockhampton can start to make a charge.
Oh, they're just dominating on the offensive glass. Thrown back in by Peter Wayne. He had the initial shot. Third shot opportunity goes down.
Well, that's where they got to start from. They got to start at the defensive boards. If they're going to make a miss, they better be getting the ball back so they can then make a charge at the other end.
Out off Wayne, so it's a Rockets ball. 2 of their starting 5 with 4 fouls. Kavanagh and McCloskey. This is Kavanagh with it.
Sure, Bill Runchy would be up there encouraging the guys to keep the pressure on and so they can blow this right out.
3 points, that's the way to start. Darren Richardson.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's going to find some touch this half because he's been a very good shooter for him, but it's been a bit cold tonight.
Yes, just under 19 points per game this season for Richardson. He's now double figures, the top scorer in the Rockets lineup. Muhlenberg. This time they crash the boards a bit harder. McCloskey comes up with it for the Rockets. Green protecting it from Blackley. Good ball movement from the Rockets. Another 3, not quite for Richardson.
He would like that one to have gone down.
Blackley moving the ball around the perimeter inside to Springs. Newsom couldn't bring it down, so another stop for Rockhampton.
McCluskey might have been a bit lucky there, but the referees didn't call the foul, so he'll have to take advantage of that now.
Kavanagh The screen from McCloskey. Kavanagh banks it in from up high, not quite. 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Nice penetration there by Blackley.
Steve Blackley makes the difference, 23 points.
Yeah, nice drive to the basket there. Finished off nicely with the left hand.
McCloskey goes all the way back to Kavanagh. 3-pointers is obviously what the coaches called for to get them back into it. Muskrat slipped over, and now the foul called on Wayne. To the line, Brian McCloskey.
Yeah, but Frankston, they really get after it on the defensive board. They're always getting after. You can see him here scrapping, and there was a reaching foul there on Peter Wayne. But they're not giving Rockhampton any pleasure there, and I think that's Peter Wayne's 4th foul.
Six points for Brian McCloskey.
Good
That's
defense.
a charge. No. Well, I thought I was with you, Gordy. That's 5 fouls on Kavanagh. He can't believe it.
It might have been a bit unlucky there, but the referee's just got to call it the way he sees it, and he reckoned it was a block.
Now the inbounds. Oh, that's goaltending on McCloskey. Basket will count for Troy Muhlenberg. And it dropped down through the cylinder, and McCloskey punched it back up.
I guess that's one way to try and stop him.
23 points is the lead.
Like bumping off the ball there. You can see Albert Springs bump young Darren Richardson there, and I don't think he was too happy with that.
I'm sure Albert's had this joke told before, but one of our smart Alec camera guys says that Albert's wife's name's Alice because she also plays in the centre.
Frankston's in a zone here, and they've been zoning from out of bounds on the baseline there. It's something they've done all year, and it's worked very effectively for them. They've got the ball back again.
Almost got it to Kelvin Muskrat. Wayne. They call that time. Green knocked the ball away, and this time Kavanagh's fouled. They came at him from everywhere. Is that Peter Wayne? Yes, that's his 5th foul. And he gets good applause, but he's been replaced by the captain, Mark Ridgway.
There's one thing that Frankston have. They have a lot of depth in this team, especially their first 7. Very solid.
Richardson stopping and propping from the foul line. Makes the difference, 21 points.
He looks like he's made his mind up that he's going to make something happen for Rockhampton.
And Muhlenberg really makes it happen.
They've got their tails up at the moment. They're going to be very hard to pull back from here. So we see what sort of character Rockhampton will have.
Green trying to lob it into McCloskey, and he was sort of off balance. He'd slipped. Then there's travel. Newsom unhappy. Muhlenberg is pinpoint accurate with that long down-court pass.
Yeah, it's part of Frankston's game that they're not really renowned to be a fast-breaking team, but tonight they're looking to push the ball down there, and you can see him just shuffle the field a little bit.
There's a steal on halfway. Ridgway, a mistake this time from Newsom. A timeout called by a very disappointed-looking Don Shepherd.
Well, you can just see the way the players are walking off the floor there. The Rockhampton boys, they weren't too happy, but look at the difference at the other end. Frankston have come out, cranked up the defense, and they're going away with it here.
Here's this steal on half-court. Kavanagh, a little flip, a little bit cavalier
Newsom
in that
gets
pass.
up there, probably not renowned for dunking, but he gets up there and hang ones down. I hope it wasn't.
He's got a great spring, hasn't he, for a guy who is 185 centimetres tall.
Well, I hope that rings the right height.
They don't have an answer. All right? Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. Every possession, play defense. All right? Keep taking it to the basket. Keep pinning it up. Keep pinning it up. Let's go.
you can hear there from Bill Runchie. He said they don't have an answer to our defence. He said keep the pressure on and play defence every possession. That has been a trait that they've played with the whole year, so they continue it on in the finals here, and it's worked very well for them here tonight. Here comes, there's been a set play called here, so we'll see what Rockhampton come up with.
7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, or just under. 25 points down are the Rockets. Richardson comes up short on a rebound from Springs. And the Rockets have to get back very quickly.
That hurts.
Yeah, he's really hot at the moment. Reece Newsom, he's got 12 points. If they start hitting the three-pointers as well, Rocky are gone.
Yeah, well, I think they've got their head partly underwater here, and Frankston might be going to push it all the way here in a minute, I think.
Well answered. Kent Kavanagh showing some spirit. The running hook misses from Springs. McCloskey doesn't mind putting it on the floor. Richardson, a bit of a hope shot, but he's fouled there by Newsom. Well, they're booing, but they're smiling at the same time, Frankston fans.
We can't let the referee feel like they like him too much. But Darren Richardson looks like he's really got the bit between his teeth, and he's really out here having a go. So he needs a few of his teammates to have the same sort of approach and see what they can do to Frankston. They've had a good year, and they're going to have to fight very hard here and see if they can get a little bit of pride back.
Newsom being guarded by Campbell. Springs takes it to McCloskey and he charges.
Yeah, good call there. Albert started to go and then realised that he wasn't there, and McCloskey made the referee make sure that he seen that he was hit by taking a little dive back, and good call there of the charge.
Well, they're not giving an inch, these Frankston fans. Get a stop, they're yelling out. Well, Ridgway fell over and Green able to bang it in. And what about the foul as well, Don Shepherd say?
Yeah, but it might have been a charging foul, so he was, I'm not sure which way to go there, but they were the ones they wanted to drop a bit earlier. But let's see what they can, if they can keep that touch going, they might be able to put a run on.
Draws the defence, kicks it out to Ridgway. Well battled, Troy Muhlenberg. But Richardson with it. He looks like he's made up his mind in the half-time break. But I'm going to get things happening for us.
Yeah, he's been working hard in the third quarter here.
The lob in, and there it is from Musprat. Another assist for McCloskey.
Well, that should bring a little bit of confidence back. A nice alley-oop play there.
Blackley sort of tall timber, McCloskey in the way. And Muhlenberg way off balance there. He says he was pushed, that's why. Green. Well,
yeah, I think you'll see a timeout here. They've made a couple of quick buckets here, and yeah, Bill Runchie's called a timeout.
Been anchored on 70 points for 2 or 3 minutes now, Frankston. They set up again. Three-pointer, that gets them to 73 in a hurry. First successful three-point attempt from Albert Springs.
Yeah, and
20 points the difference.
It's not really Albert's game out there, but that's a nice three-pointer from him. And now I think you'll see from a turnover there, Rockhampton just tried to push the play a bit, but now that he's made that, Stewie Rio might have to come out and play him a bit tight, and he'll look to drive.
Just Springs' third three-pointer successful for this season. Ridgway had it go in and out to cut the lead to under 20 again. Rocky. Musprat. Rioch gets it eventually. No.
Good effort there by Stewie, and also it was good to see Muskrat post up there and put a move on.
Well, Green's really been doing the defensive work on Muhlenberg, but there he pops up for the long-range jumper.
Well, that might do something for his confidence too. I don't think he's renowned as a good perimeter shooter, so if he can start to make a couple, and then that might open up his penetrating game as well.
He's got 6 points in the half, Green. Too much traffic to get through there for Muhlenberg. Ridgway, they can't leave him alone out there.
Yeah, Don Shepard's not happy with the defense there. There's not enough communication out there, and the players switched off and they left him wide open there, and he wasn't going to take it, but when no one came, he just stood back and thought, well, I'll take this three, and knocked it down nicely.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rioch over the top of Springs.
Yeah, nice play there. The screen and roll on the board there, and then powered it inside. Yeah, nice left-handed little running hook there by Blakely. He didn't make too many in the first half, but he's making some now.
Richardson misses. He hadn't taken a shot for a while. Perhaps a little bit too much to hope he could hit that one in amongst a forest of players. Muhlenberg gets past Rioch. Got away from Green there with that nice little spin move on the high post.
Yeah, well, Rockhampton has to come out and play Frankston a little bit tighter, and with Frankston running some nice motion there, they've forced them out wider, and now they're penetrating and taking it to the hole.
Green called for the offensive foul.
No. Yes. Ridgway was caught there, yeah.
Green said, me? It wasn't.
The shot went up, and he just gave him a bit of a push out the way in the rebounding situation.
Rioch, 75% from the line this season. He gets both. 21 points down, though, are the Rockets. They haven't really been able to make too much impression in this second half.
Seems a little bit strange there. The Stewie's has to mark on Albert Springs out in the floor, but he's really having a go at it there.
Enjoyed carrying the ball there for a while. This is Cotter, number 10. Newsom.
Now he's pulled the rebound down, so he's made some things happen for Rockhampton.
Oh, another turnover. Springs. They've got all the time left on the game clock. Muhlenberg decides to let go the three. Rioch comes down with it. So to cut the deficit to under 20 with a quarter to go. Oh, almost. Cottinelli got it. The athletic Blackley, who likewise, they get it away in time. Was it above the ring? Muhlenberg, great interception there, and he got it.
Yeah, but Don Shepard's not very happy with the referees there. He felt that that maybe there was a foul there and that one should have been called, and the guy got the three-point shot away just here. There's a scramble for the ball here, and the Frankston guys are really getting after it. And you'll see a bit of contact here. There's some there also, but the hands back by the defensive players. The referee said that the offense was causing the contact, and that's a pretty good call, but I don't think you could have penalised the defense there.
So 12 minutes of basketball left for the Blues.
Don Shepard looked like he's gone back to his starters here, so he's going to make a last run here and see what they can make happen.
Yes, it's make or break for the Rockhampton Rockets. They've got McCloskey on 5 fouls, number 44, and he comes up with that tip, and then he's fouled. No, over and back. Gee, unlucky there.
What he's got him there is an over and back. He jumped up and he landed and pivoted into the front court and then stepped into the back court.
He's on 5 fouls, as is Trent Kavanagh. But make or break for the Rockets. Turnaround from Wayne goes down.
You must keep a hand up on Peter Wayne. That's his trademark, that little 15-foot jumper there.
Averaging 14.5 per game this season. 6 in this semi-final. Green can't lose Muhlenberg.
Cotter's in there scrapping away, and he's setting the tempo for their defence at the start here.
So Cotter starting for Blackley. That's the change to the Frankston starting 5. Gets another opportunity. The foul, though, from Muhlenberg on a disappointed Musprat.
Yeah, nice pass there from Kavanagh. Penetrated, put it inside, and Musprat should have finished that off. It's point blank there, and he should have just put it off. Here we go here. Should have just kissed that off the glass and missed it. Peter Wade's out with his 5th foul on that play. And he's had a reasonable night at the office, but he normally knocks down a few more than that, but I'm sure he'd be happy where the team is at the moment.
Blackley has come in for Wayne. Musprat, 12 points in the game.
Here's something different. Yes. They're pressing up. They look like they're in the 2-2-1 press.
Muhlenberg looking for someone to give it to.
They're looking to trap it in different areas.
Blackley. This Cotter, he's a live wire. He wanted the ball right from the moment the inbounds pass came, and when he got it, he made no mistake.
Yeah, nice 3-point shot there. The Rockhampton they've come out and showed a little bit of a different look there with a bit of pressing on the foul shot, so it'll be interesting to see if they continue that.
There's a 3-on-1 break. Springs, oh, showtime from the Blues. Little flick back to Blackley at full pace.
Yeah, very unselfish play there by Albert. He is renowned as a good passer, and I think he showed his skills there. Just there, flicks it right back, no look pass back, easy 2 points.
Yeah, they really like him down here. Real team man, Albert Springs. McCloskey trying to make the contact. Springs is laid off him. Let the 2-point basket go down.
Yeah, they've extended the defence up here, and they're looking to trap and steal every opportunity now.
Well, with just 10 minutes to go, nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's been a terrific season from the Rockets to get this far, but I'm sure given their fine form last week when they beat Keilor convincingly.
Yeah, they've changed up here now. They're looking to press on a made basket, and they've gone back into a 2-3 zone. So they're hoping to force Frankston to the perimeter and then rebound the ball and run a bit. They've got a miss. So let's see what happens here.
Klosky pulls up.
That's exactly. You'll see him press up here now. They're pressing up 2-2-1, going back into a zone.
Cotter gets the ball out to Blackley. Newsom.
So a good change up here by Don Shepherd. He's got Frankston just standing around a little bit. Before, when they were playing man-to-man, there was a lot of motion, a lot of movement. Now they've got him standing on the
Cotter for another 3. Oh, it just comes loose.
They're going to rebound the ball, though. If they're going to get him missed, they've got to give him no second shots. See the difference in Frankston here now. A lot more standing around, whereas when they were in man-to-man, they had a lot of movement.
Why not? Welcome back, Cotter. 7:48 left to go in this CBA first semi-final.
I guess, Peter, when you look at their 66 points for a team who's been scoring 111 or whatever, I think it's
testament, isn't it? To
yes, it's the way they are, and I mean, you got to give credit to Frankston. You know, they played very good defence. They have a reputation of being a good defensive team, and they certainly showed that tonight.
Well, it is not impossible. 24 points down with 7:48 to go. Melbourne Tigers in the NBL last year in the same position against the Brisbane Bullets.
Yeah, but I
won an improbable game. They don't have an Andrew Gaze, do they? Or a Leonard Copeland. Kavanagh. Oh, a big rebound from Muhlenberg.
I don't think Kent Kavanagh's too happy. I think he's not too happy with the way Cotter's defending him. He's playing pretty tough on him.
foul on Green.
And I guess the thing that gets a little bit frustrating for players is, and I think you can see Don Shepard over there, he's saying, well, you know, what's happening at one end doesn't seem to be happening at the other end. But those things seem to tend to happen as a coach when you're getting a bit. But Rockhampton back out in man-to-man here, so they've changed up a bit of game.
Seeing some court time. Matthew Vidoni, number 12. There's the first jump ball of the night. McCloskey and Muhlenberg. Or was it Green?
And it just shows where Frankston are too hungry on the boards at both ends of the floor, and I think that's been I think that's come from the defence that Frankston start. They've had that same determination on the boards all night.
Muhlenberg looking to find Vidoni.
No, poor decision there. Troy wouldn't be too happy with that pass. He just forced that a little bit.
Vidoni guarding Musprat. Musprat might want to see if he can beat Vidoni with his quickness. Kavanagh banks it in.
Yeah, nice move.
He's played smart basketball on 5 fouls for a long time.
Yeah, they've extended the pressure though. They've picked their man-to-man up the floor.
Muhlenberg with the baseball pass, and this time he doesn't travel Newsom. Held that pivot foot well. .6:10 to go in this CBA semi-final. Kavanagh scraps for it well.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, Rockhampton are really playing for pride here, and it's good to see him still going hard. The referees are letting the game flow a bit.
Basket from Kelvin Musprat.
And the game might look like it's sort of going to be a bit scrappy, but that's the way that Rockhampton have to make it. I mean, if they just let Frankston come down the floor, a good charge, they're not happy with that. It looked like Cotter pushed off a bit, and Kavanagh made the right decision on which way to go.
Again, there's smiles amongst the boos. They can't see the team losing from here. 5:45 to go, 20 points up. Bill Runchie. Well, I think, yeah, he's a bit unhappy under the smile.
And just looking over the bench there, and Kent Kavanagh's not too well. I think he's just been a bit sick on the bench, so, you know, like, he might have been struggling a little bit tonight.
Frankston just throwing the ball around now. Cotter, a slap of the ball, hand on ball from Campbell, who sets away Richardson.
Oh, intentional foul call there, and rightly so. I mean, he attacked him too aggressively there. The referee said that he didn't really make a fair attempt at the ball, and he's went at the man. Kent Kavanagh's not well on the bench there. He's just getting rid of it.
Ridgway called for that
so what will happen here?
Sportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, they'll get 2 shots and then get the ball back from the halfway.
So Kent, Kavanagh, number 14, obviously has come here under an enormous cloud, and it's just starting to tell after some hard running.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He might have the pre-game meal or something didn't agree with him, and he had to get rid of it.
So from the side, Rockets have the ball, having cut the lead to 19 from the line.
A chance to get it back down again here. Good defense by Muhlenberg.
Green not happy with the pass from
Frankston will go into their zone here. You can see him in a 2-3 zone there. They've done that all night along the baseline. Trapped in the corner there.
McCloskey loses Ridgway. They want threes. Richardson can't give them that one. Vidoni, well, he battled hard enough, but Richardson's got it.
He's scrapping a little bit better now.
Oh,
nice
what
pass.
a glorious pass from McCloskey. Oh, bad luck for Musprat not to get the roll, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, nice pass there by McCloskey. You can see him here. He's got good vision. He was going to take the 3, but he's seen Musprat underneath, and the foul was called. I guess, you know, that play there is an indication of virtually what happened all night for them. They've got the ball in a good scoring position in the paint, and they just haven't been able to finish off.
No. Shot it at 35% as opposed to Frankston's 50.
Then when they get the opportunity on the foul line, they can't finish that off as well. So that's playing on the road, though, you know. And that's one of the advantages of having a good year and playing consistently throughout the year, so you get the home court advantage in the playoffs.
Yes, the Rockets finished on top of the Northern Conference. Lost to the grand final to Southern Districts from Brisbane 2-1. But we're looking at the Southern Conference champions here. 2 out of the last 3 years. Bill Runchie's team.
There's a big roar coming on for the young 15-year-old.
Well, I hope that new U-bolt that the ABC boys put up there is strong enough to handle 15-year-old David Anderson. You might be out here scouting tonight. That's why you're here. The AIS interested in him or not?
Well, when you have a young fellow at that size, at that age, he'll be playing for Victoria in the up-and-coming under-16 championships in Geelong in the first week in October, and I'll be down there with the AIS looking at future scholarship holders, so we'll be getting a sneak preview tonight.
204 centimetres he is, but McCloskey.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit too late. He got the ball in the paint there, and that's been a trademark for him this year with this team, and it's been a little bit too late.
Rioch jams it out of his hands well. Green.
Great experience, though, for the young fellow.
McCloskey, 15 points, 11 after half-time. Under 4 minutes to go.
Rockhampton's credit, though, they're still out there and they're pushing up the floor and they're still working hard.
Ridgway directing the youngster. Shooting the three. Came back over the hands of Anderson. Green. Charge. And what's that? That's him out of the game.
Yeah, an interesting call, this one. One thing that here we see here on the break there, well, I mean, you be the judge. I mean, like I said before, it's a close between a block or a charge, and the referee's adjudicated a charge. So I guess if you're Rockhampton, you're thinking, well, that's the way it's gone all night. If you're Frankston, you say, well, we've been rewarded with good defence.
J.D. Green, 14 points in the game, 5 rebounds.
Albert's not too happy there. He feels like he's got fouled, so they're giving a little bit of their own medicine back.
Team foul starting to rack up now.
Don Shepherd's going to have a little chat with the referee here and find out what's going on.
Well, it was 2 fouls, but we actually didn't get the ball back in court. There's one on Richardson.
Yeah, well, that was definitely a foul. I mean, they get him into the bonus. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it.
Ridgway, 88% from the line this season.
To give themselves any chance, though, they're going to have to come down and score quickly, and they're going to have to stop Frankston. Now, whether they stop that by fouling him and say, well, you're going to beat us on the foul line, or whether they can get a few steals and get something happening here.
This will be handy.
Oh, travel.
Springs grabbed it and then took off.
Yeah,
there was no one down. I think he was looking for the outlet pass. There was no one there, so he put it down a bit late.
I think he got a bit excited there. Could see a dunk coming up from one of his teammates.
17 points the difference. McCloskey, nice inside to Rioch. There's still some hope. 15 points the difference inside 3 minutes.
It's one thing McCloskey's done well. He's shown tonight that he's a good passer. So, you know, like Don Shepherd with his.
There he is with the steal too. Rioch
be pretty happy.
They wanted to travel the fans. Pull back for the three, Richardson. Whoa, this is getting interesting now. 12 points the difference.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Bill Runchie stays with the same group. It's down to...
It's 2-on-1 here. Dan Anderson finally found, and The backboard's intact, but more importantly for Frankston, 2 points, and that gets the fans up on their feet.
Yeah, nice dunk there, but Stewie Real shouldn't really went to him.
McCloskey, he's firing it right out to the finish, and they throw it away, Frankston.
Well, 2 minutes. There's still time here. I mean, 2 minutes is a long time in a game of basketball.
Well, it
come
got
down
out
and make
to
it
28.
3 here.
They
This
hit
could
this
be
one.
interesting.
That would have made the difference 9 points, and Anderson did well there. Batted it down to Newsom. We'll slow it up now.
Darren Richardson's looking a bit tired over there.
Just got to look after the ball now, Frankston, you'd think. It's going to get shortly to the stage where they're going to have to send them to the line.
That was
classy.
Yeah, that'll slow him down. I mean that typifies Troy Muhlenberg. I mean, he's a real competitor. The team needed a basket, and he nailed it, and that's 30 points for him.
Yeah, right on his season average. Richardson wants the foul. It's a 3-on-1 here. Who's going to get the basket? Neither of them. Oh, Musprat nearly beat 4 players then, and then a foul from Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson wasn't happy. He felt he got fouled at the other end, and it wasn't called, and he wasn't too happy about that. So down the other end, he retaliated. Here it is. He just makes a very poor attempt to go in the basketball. Maybe lucky that he didn't get intentional for that.
Sportsmanlike. Well, they've shot it just over 50% from the line. It could have been well and truly over if they'd been a bit more accurate from the stripe.
I mean, Rockhampton are probably wondering, well, you know, why couldn't we done this in the first half? I mean, they'd be a little bit frustrated.
Defensively, they've looked at different teams since the break. Not the alley-oop that time.
No. Looked like they wanted to go out in the blaze there.
Gee, 15-year-olds are looking younger every year. He's not a policeman, is he?
Looks for an alley-oop pass here, throws it up. Oh, it would have been spectacular if it come off.
And there's the foul, Rioch on young David Anderson.
It's good to see Bill Runcie. This is great experience for this young fellow. And to step up and to play in a CBA final, this semi-final, it's a great thing for Bill Runcie to do, to have the confidence to put the young fellow in. He stands up and knocks one of the foul shots down.
Yeah, 3 points for Anderson, coming up through the junior program here at Frankston. And, well, let's hope there's a big future ahead for him. Rioch, no, it's not, it's McCloskey.
Yeah, nice little left-hand finger roll there.
Inside the last 3/4 of a minute. Difference back out to 15 points. Musprat. Second foul. And all the bench getting a run now.
Yeah, Bill Runcie's bringing out some of his starters here and to let the crowd show their appreciation for the fine effort that they've done.
Albert Spring sits down. Just 3 points after half-time.
And I think you'll find that Troy Muhlenberg will come out if he makes this foul shot as well. Replaced by another youngster.
And over his regular season average per game, Muhlenberg, 32, a very happy man.
And rightly so. He's been very consistent all year for him. Well, same tonight.
It's gone in the script, hasn't it? They're averaging 101 points per game this season, and that's what they've got on the board. The Frankston Blues, they haven't quite finished. Can he catch it? Adam Burke.
Nice play by the young 16-year-old.
Yeah, he really headed down the court, didn't he? But there's the foul on Matthew Vidoni. These fans want it all. They've got a place in the grand final next week.
Yeah, well, they've deserved it. They've definitely been one of the most consistent teams in our division down here, and they've deserved finalists. I mean, them and Ballarat have been the two strong teams, and there's been nothing between them all year. But little bit different teams. Frankston more solid defensively. Ballarat athletic and like to get out and run. So
well, it might not be that. Could be Nunawading.
Exactly.
They've played great defensive basketball. Wouldn't that be a defensive scrap?
Oh, that's a nice little hip and shoulder there by Big Stewie. He's called an intentional foul. Don Shepard's not too happy over here. Here we see the replay here. Stewie just goes in.
Oh, I just don't think he could stop. He had that momentum up. The big body was moving
Wayne
forward.
Bennett might be looking for him for the Broncos next year. With a nice head on there. Don Shepard doesn't really know what's going on over here. He's not too happy.
North Queensland Crushers he'd have to play for, wouldn't he?
Oh, well, yeah, probably would. Well, Alan Godden, I think he's saying, well, with 17 seconds to go, there's no need to get too carried away. He'll just keep a handle on what's going on.
Steve Connolly, number 25. And
nice move by the young.
Won't count. Yes, it will.
Showed good poise there, Anderson. He pump faked him up in the air there and then went up nice and strong.
And Ridgway sits down, the very popular captain, with 10 points.
Yeah, very happy Frankston crowd here at the moment. Their team's through to the grand final, and I'm sure they're all excited about the possibility of the championship coming back here.
And Frankston won the SEABL title back in 1982, as it was then known. They weren't the Blues then, they were the Bears, so it's been a long time between drinks.
Yeah, they just changed the B, I suppose, but I was saying earlier about Frankston and Ballarat, and I was talking about how they've been the most consistent teams in this division on this side, and I'll be very interested because Nunawading are a very good team, and they've hit form at the right time.
Well, there he is.
A smart
clever play from a very clever player. He's been playing under duress. The final basket won't count. Ken Kavanagh getting that last points for a very gallant Rockhampton Rockets. They've come down here and found the job just a little bit beyond them against the Frankston Blues, who are the first team through to the CBA Grand Final with a very deserved 17-point win.
Yeah, well, they deserved the victory, and it all come from their defence. They've been a very strong defensive team all year, and they carried that through in this semi-final tonight, and they're deserved winners to go through to the grand final.
In his fourth year at the Frankston Stadium, now into the first championship grand final. Albert Springs, this is what you've been working for. What's made the difference in 95 for the team?
I think we have a good chemistry as a team. Everyone plays hard, everyone has a role, and, you know, we have the same goal, just to get to Sydney, and we're on our way.
Well, tonight, only 3 points for you after half-time, but in the first half you scored and kept their gun McCloskey to just 4. You'd have to be super happy with that.
Well, yeah, you know, that was our game plan to keep, he's the MVP of the North, I take it, and he's a great player, and I just want to concentrate on him, and I just took what they gave me.
Well, in the end, they outscored you by 3 points in the second half, but now that you have made it through to the grand final, is that a good base, you know, having to work hard right to the finish?
Well, we've had three very hard games. We had to come behind in the last 3, and, you know, with just hard work, we're where we want to be at.
So, next week, I know you're going to say you don't care who you play, but it's going to be Nunawading or a rematch with Ballarat.
Both are tough teams, and we're just looking forward to whoever comes out on top, and we're just going to go in with the same game plan, and hopefully we come away with a championship.
Okay, Albert, to you and the rest of the team, well done here tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Albert Springs, very popular here. American import at Frankston. Gordy McLeod, well, you'd have to concur with everything he said, but they seem to follow the game plan to the letter that Bill Runchy set them.
Yeah, they were definitely the better team tonight. Their defence led the way for them, and like Albert said, that all of them know what their roles are. They've got a mission. They wanted to get to the final. They certainly showed that tonight. And I think the thing that Coach Runchie would be happy about, that they didn't go with a runaway victory, and that Rockhampton did come back at them and made them work for their victory. But I think they'd be very happy, guys, tonight in the change room, and rightly so. And now they can get themselves ready for whoever they have to play in the grand final next week.
Okay, well, you can see it on ABC Sport, 5 o'clock next Saturday afternoon. It's the Frankston Blues from Melbourne against either Ballarat or Nunawading from Melbourne. I hope you can join us from 5 o'clock. Liverpool Stadium in Sydney is the venue. The CBA Grand Final for 1995, plus the Women's Grand Final as well. From Frankston, Peter G saying goodbye.
It's great news. The Furniture Spot are now in Dandenong, and to celebrate, look at these spot-on opening bargains. Bedside tables are being thrown out for just $19 each. Deluxe TV video cabinets are $39 each. Students and computer desks are crazy $109 each. Coffee tables just $39 each. And children's leather look chairs $39. It's on now at all 3 Furniture Spots: Fairfield, Melton and Dandenong.
Spot on the top value, the Furniture Spot.
A lot of people found our last ad so delicious and wanted us to run it again. But we'd never do it. Because, like our pasta, our ads have a definite use-by date. So, here's a delicious new spinach fettuccine and carbonara sauce commercial.
People who drink too much make me very angry, so only drink in moderation, all right? Me?